Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers are about to make a statement. A statement come Sunday, 4 o'clock. A statement. They're going to put Colin Cowherd in the whole league a motherfucking notice. And that notice is that defense still can win championships in this league. And you have to have an elite caliber defense in this league to win football games. And this is going to mark not a one, not a two, but 3 games in a row for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Game is going to be won solely from a great defensive performance. We might actually get a little bit of life. Hopefully, we should get a little bit of life out of this offense, given the fact that the offensive pay line's getting paid the way they're getting paid. James Daniels making like $12 million a year. Chuk's making like $17 million a year. Fucking our starting center making I don't know how much money a year. Starting right guards out. Samola making the big money. And we're just getting basically below mediocre get offensive grades from the offensive linemen for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have been getting beat at the point of the attack, especially against the Cleveland and Houston. And this is a game I fully expect the offensive line to go out there and hit some boys in the mouth. And CJ Stroud with that offensive line, I really feel bad for this kid because Nick Chubb just had to have surgery and get his knee surgically repaired, and he's going to have to go through a second surgery to where, I hate to say it, but Nick Chubb's career may never be the same. That's why I wrote a post before the I wrote a post that said, what if Nick Chubb's knee gets blown out? What if? God forbid Nick Chubb's knee gets blown out, and God forbid it happened against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why the NFL season is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I feel really, really bad about CJ Stroud's early career possibly ending on Sunday because he does not have an offensive line in front of him. And the Pittsburgh Blitzburgh Steelers are going to be coming from all angles. Highsmith, Watt. Dude, we're probably going to rack up 7, 8, 9 sacks in this game alone. We are going to dominate this game up front. And you're just going to say, oh, it's just the Houston Texans, blah, blah, blah. It's about the narrative. It's about what's being written about this team, about this organization from the media, the big time, big rated, big highly paid fucking media mouthpieces that are writing about this team day in and day out. Talking about how you need franchise quarterbacks to win in this league. And it's all about moving up in the draft to get Caleb Williams, trade TJ Watt, trade George Pickens, trade 4 first-round draft picks. That's what it takes to be a GM in this league. No, man. What it takes is team building and player development and motivation. And that's what Mike Tomlin has done for 17 years long in the NFL, and the trend continues. And if we lose this game, they were going to put this man on the hot seat and demonize this man and pretty much laugh him out the league and just diminish his entire resume and try to take this one game and pretty much narrate that is his resume somehow when all he's done is had success. And this is going to be a statement to the entire league that defense and a team still wins. It's not about one man. The Pittsburgh Steelers have not picked in the top 5 in the draft, top 10 in the draft since like 1973 when we drafted Terry Bradshaw. Okay? And if we did, we traded up. Like Devin Bush, we traded up to get Devin Bush. It's not like we were picking there. So the culture of winning is what the Pittsburgh Steelers are about. And the brand of winning is what the Pittsburgh Steelers are about. That's why Colin Cowherd has to use them weekly and daily in his rotational segment to bash them, try to get clicks, to get ratings, because they are the most relevant, most winning franchise in the league. And they don't do that. They don't create that type of success, pretty much tanking their whole entire season for one man, because one man does not make a franchise, one man does not make an organization, and one man does not make a team. It takes all 55 men on that roster to go in there and play their role and do what their best that they can do and give it their all to buy in and do it as a collective and as a unit and move as a collective and a unit down the field, yard by yard, inch by inch. It takes all 55 men on that roster and the whole entire coaching staff and the whole entire front office, the scouting department, all the way up to the owners, to the Rooneys. And that's why the Rooneys and the Steelers are such a great organization, because you can sit there and you can put all this rah-rah shit out there, but what the Rooneys do can't be duplicated. It's old school. It's just the way they do business, the way they treat their players. And if you do good by the Rooneys will do good by you for the rest of your life, and you'll never have to worry about a motherfucking thing for the rest of your life. And that's what it's about. It's about family. It's about a culture. It's about so much more than just football. And that's what makes the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you will never be able to duplicate it. You just can't duplicate it, especially when you got people today and GMs today that are willing to put themselves ahead of the whole team and the whole franchise and act like they're some super genius making a super move, trading their whole entire organization to make this great blockbuster move, to make it all about them and not about the team and about the logo. And that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers are all about, is the team, the logo, and the city and what it represents. And it's a brotherhood, bro. It's a brotherhood that just can't be duplicated. And it's all about defense. It's all about team. It's all about smash mouth football. And that's the identity. You want to say that identity is old and outdated? That identity won 6 Super Bowls, the most in NFL history. And that identity has won 2 games, about to be 3 games in a motherfucking row, when we rack up about 9-10 sacks. And possibly, sadly, God forbid, end this young, great, first-round, up-and-coming franchise quarterback's career before it even gets started. So here we go, Steelers. Let's get this win like we know you're going to get this win come Sunday by 4 o'clock. And hopefully, pray to God, CJ Stroud doesn't have to get carted off the field in a stretcher, because poor Nick Chubb had to, and it's looking like his career is never going to be the same. So, you put all your eggs into one basket like a Deshaun Watson, trade all these first-round draft picks and give up all this money for a Deshaun Watson who plays like nothing but trash. That's going to set your organization back for years, possibly decades. That's why Cleveland Browns have not won a division since 1989. That's the year I was born. Great year, 1989. That's the last year the Cleveland Browns won a goddamn division, okay? Because they make it insane, crazy moves like that and basically mortgage their entire future for one man and one player. And that's not what football is about, and that's never what football is going to be about, and that's never what the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be about. So, prayers, thoughts, and safety to all the players in the league. Hopefully everybody gets out safe. Nice, clean game. It's going to be in Pittsburgh. The weather's been kind of, up and down. It's not too cold, not too hot, but who knows? It might be a little rainy, might be a little shitty on Heinz Field. Might be an ugly game. And it's going to come down to who can run the ball and who can play defense. And I got my money on Pittsburgh, boy. Here we go. Let's go, baby.